Places like Arkansas, California, Kentucky, West Virginia, struggling with the aftermath of tornadoes and wildfires and severe storms this year. But there is something you should know for tax purposes with all of this. So with me is Alison Flores, a manager with the Tax Institute at H&R Block. Alison, welcome. And we've been seeing, I feel like, a lot of natural disasters over the past couple of years. And now is a good time to prepare, not just if you're in one of those states, but any states, really. You never know what could happen. So what would be your initial recommendation for people to make sure that they're got everything in line for tax purposes for natural disasters?
Absolutely. So the first step for preparation really begins with finding a secure place to back up your documents. So for a lot of us, that's a secure online location, a cloud-based solution. For others, it might be that good old safety deposit box, or a product that you keep in your home that's fireproof, waterproof, etc. So then the next step is to gather what you need to keep. If you're a homeowner, you'll have mortgage papers, you'll have a closing disclosure statement, you'll have all your homeowner's insurance account information, your packet. You'll also want to keep a list of contacts, so your insurance contacts, financial contacts, account numbers. And we also recommend access to your tax documents. So last year's taxes would be a great first step, or your current documents if you haven't prepared your taxes yet. Then another important item is to take documentation of your home and your cars. So ideally, this is going around your home with your phone or your camera, taking pictures of each room in your house, or just a video. And when you go outside, you'll want to also get video of the outside of your house. Do you have fencing? Do you have landscaping? That type of thing. So we do encourage you, even if you haven't finished the spring cleaning, go ahead and do that. Pop up to the attic, take a quick look around, just document everything. And you don't have to put it on social media, just save it for your records.
Okay. I mean, it sounds like a good way to spend a rainy Saturday. Just go
Yes, just go around your house.
And you mentioned put it somewhere on the cloud. So if your computer is ruined or whatever in some kind of natural disaster, you've got access to it from another device somewhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
So
critical.
pictures and paperwork are the key things that you need. How does this help the process? Can you kind of like walk me through it? Like, how will this streamline things if you are a victim of a disaster?
Absolutely. This is going to streamline the assessment process, first of all. So once you have had a disaster, I hope you're safe. I hope you're not injured. But the first step is to contact your insurance, start a claim, and figure out what the damage was. So you'll need to figure out what was damaged, how much it was damaged, how much will it take to repair and rebuild this. So you're going to need to document the damage and compare it to before. Your insurance will do a lot of work helping you with this, but you'll also want your own records. You might disagree with the insurance adjuster. So that's what you'll want to do. You'll want to be able to compare before and after. Some disasters, unfortunately, really wipe out the location, so it's hard to reconstruct what you had if you didn't have those records.
Got it. And then what are the tax implications? Like, what can someone do with the disaster assistance, and how can they claim IRS tax relief?
Absolutely. So there's a few different tax relief provisions that you can get help from. First of all, a lot of times there'll be extension relief. So you may get more time to file your taxes if you've been impacted by a disaster. And a lot of times that's a substantial extension, up to 6 months. And it's payment relief as well as filing relief. So you'll want to check on that and see if you have extra time. Second is you may be able to claim a disaster loss. So if you've actually lost more than your insurance will repay you for, you may have a disaster that you can claim on your taxes. And generally what that does is give you a refund of either the withholding you've paid in, or you don't have to pay in what you would normally pay in. So that can be a financial relief piece for you. In many cases, claiming a disaster, you'll have the opportunity to go back and claim it on a prior year. And that can help you generate income quicker. Whereas if you had a current year disaster, you might have to wait till next year to claim that loss. So that's a lot of different things that you can benefit from. For many people, it's helpful to offload that work to a tax expert to help them through the process.
And do you recommend doing this every year? this cataloging of your things?
I think it can be really helpful. You may be doing things throughout the year. You've added a fence, you've redecorated, you remodeled the kitchen. I know you'll have pictures of your kitchen, but you do those little things throughout the year and then you forget about them or you don't have the documentation. So I think it's a great spring cleaning. Even if you're not fully cleaning, go ahead and take those pictures, get the documentation.
Okay, well, that would save a ton of headaches, and which you don't need if you're the victim of
You
a
don't
theft.
need
You don't
it.
also have to, scramble around and get paperwork and deal with the IRS. So, well, thank you so much for this wonderful advice, and let's hope we don't need it, but it's good to have that in case we do. Allison, thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you.